so what I've gathered from researching on your website is that you really help families through education and caregiving.
Yes.
Could you tell us a little bit more about what your services do provide?
Absolutely. So we work through the mental health system here in Michigan, and something that makes us very unique is all of our services are provided from peers.
Okay.
So all of our staff have lived experience either as a caregiver or a parent of a child with a mental health challenge or a developmental disability. And all of our youth provide services to other youth, and they have lived experience with mental health challenges directly.
Okay.
So, and they are within a certain age range, so they still remain relevant to working with you. So we have a staff of about 19 people, and every single person, like I said, has some experience in either as a caregiver or as a youth.
Wow, that's fantastic. Wow, good for you. So when did this foundation get started?
So we started in 2004.
Okay.
So around that time, around the 2000 ish time, there was a big movement from the federal government, so SAMHSA, to start family organizations across the United States. And there are a number of them across the United States. Unfortunately, we're the only one left in the state of Michigan. And there's not one in Illinois. We're part of the National Federation of Families for Children's Mental Health in Washington, D.C. We're a chapter of theirs, independent, but we receive support from them. And they are also about peers, about individuals with lived experience supporting other individuals with lived experience.
Wow, that is so powerful. And I think that mental health is it's an unaddressed issue that is so important these days. It's just because our population is expanding, and so do all the aches and pains, physical and mental, that go with it. So the education is fantastic that you guys provide. So basically, what do you wish to accomplish?
So, one of the big things that we work on, and we stipend youth to participate in leadership opportunities, and parents also, to help kind of reduce the stigma around mental health. So when people are ashamed or embarrassed often to admit that they have depression or anxiety or bipolar disorder, however, they're not ashamed or embarrassed to admit that they have psoriasis or diabetes or other health-related issues. And we really want to change that. There should be no difference or no shame associated with something that occurs in your brain versus something that occurs in another part of your body. Your body is all connected. So we try to educate the community about what mental health challenges are, how prevalent it is, and how it affects all kinds of people in all age groups. And, sometimes when people aren't facing that level of stigma, they're willing to get treatment. And when you get treatment, you make improvements. Often. So I think that is a big message on what we try to work on. And our youth do a really nice job of presenting. We actually presented last year at a national conference in Texas in front of hundreds of people. I think it was about 600 people.
Wow.
We present locally to clinicians and other people from the youth perspective and from the family perspective.
Wow.
Because a lot of clinicians, work in the field, but don't necessarily always have a chance to hear directly from the people that get the services. So our people that we work with stand up and they say, hey, listen, when you work with me, come in with an open mind. Sometimes I feel judged. Don't be judgmental to my family or I'm not going to share with you. So just kind of letting people know what it is we need from service providers, and how it is nothing to be ashamed of. And it's treatable and manageable. And a lot of people are in recovery. You can recover.
Yeah, you actually can recover and manage whatever it is,
Absolutely.
I think it's really important. Everybody says you gotta get your health checked at least once a year, get your blood pressure done, the whole bit. Well, what about mental health? There's still a stigma about that. And that's the most important thing, because our minds control everything. And our emotions and how we relate to ourselves, how we relate to the world. So I'm so glad that your foundation, are you a nonprofit?
We are a nonprofit organization. A 501c3.
That's awesome. But you're kind of breaking this whole thing up and letting people know how important it really is to check in on your mental health and to help people who have mental issues manage their lives. It's fantastic.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's awesome. So Tina, what impact have you made in your community in the last 6 months?
So there's a lot of things we've done. So we tend to really put our youth in a position where they kind of drive the bus on some things. And one of the things that we've been working on is becoming an anti-racist organization.
Right
And
on.
we have sent a big, large group of some of our youth and some of our staff to a really amazing training here locally. It's like a 3-day training, very intense and intentional. And part of that training, the youth last year did a what was called an racism rally, and we're preparing right now to do another one this year. And it's not just about race; it's about any ism that people face. It's about ageism, sexism. It's about just really embracing the difference that we all bring to the table, and in a very non-judgmental way, in an accepting way, where people feel welcome.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Been a really neat opportunity for us, and we're really excited this year about doing that again.
Yeah.
We have another big conference coming up where the youth will be presenting for a couple hours. They're doing a poetry slam and a really neat, like a little dance jam and all kinds of fun stuff. I don't know exactly what they're doing. They don't tell me. I just kind of, give them the leeway to kind of figure out, what is important to them and how they can get their message out. But their message is always about mental health.
Yes.
At some level, because that's primarily, the service that we provide.
Yeah.
So that we have that coming up.
Wonderful.
We do a lot of events. We just finished up a caregiver self-care event where caregivers got care massages, and they made some special takeaways to help, remind themselves that how important it is to take care of yourself when you're taking care of others.
Yes. Yes. Because I found in my own family, you've got to take care of yourself as a caregiver. Because if you don't take care of yourself, the person that you're trying to care for won't have you, basically. So self-care is super, super important. And again, it seems like your organization is lifting the stigma off that. So thank you for doing that.
We're trying our very best. We're making progress.
Yeah, I love that. So all your future events, are they listed on your website?
Yes, we have a lot of calendars on our website. The best way to find out our events is to follow us on our Facebook page.
Good.
Family Services. We post everything there. We were lucky enough to receive a foundation grant here locally that allows us to open our doors to anyone in the community that needs that support.
That is awesome.
So that's really nice, because we typically would serve individuals that have Medicaid services. So this gives us an opportunity to catch those families and youth that are falling through the cracks, so they can still get the support they need.
Wow. I love what you're doing. I'm so 100% behind it. That's fabulous. So Tina, I want to thank you so much for this interview. And I want to urge our Global Positive News Network audience to go to your website, which is askforkids.org. Take a look around, get educated. I mean, they have some really neat things there. They have resources and education that is available relating to mental health issues. They have a blog, they have their events, which sound really fun, that are coming up, and self-care tips. I think that mental health is the basis for our survival as human beings, and it's important that we check in more often and get rid of that stigma that mental health is, something that you hide, but you can't hide that stuff anymore. It's too important to really take care of yourself.
It is.
So, yeah. So Tina, thanks again. I'd like to come out and take a look at your facility, maybe do a live interview one of these days. And
we'd love that.
Yeah.
I'd come in the summer if I were you.
A little bit warmer, a little bit nice. Yeah. That's cool. That's great. Yeah. Wow. Well, Tina, thanks again. And again, Global Positive News Network audience, please go to their website at askforkids.org. Take a look around, support, and learn more about mental health.